It's the third race on day 2. It's the Coral Cup. It's an absolute cavalry charge with around 26 horses set to go to post. Personally, I'm a little bit disappointed in the race, and what I mean by that is when I was looking through the festival a handful of weeks ago, trying to find out some anti-post selections, get a few shortlists down, I ended up with about 6 or 7 horses that were all entered in various handicap hurdle races. Unfortunately, I was, I guess, hoping that they would end up with an even spread across all the major handicaps that they were multi-entered into, perhaps 2 or 3 in each race, 3 at most. Unfortunately, I've ended up with 4 left in this Cavalry Charge, and for that alone, I want to give you all 4. So grab a pen, grab a bit of paper, because I know that if I miss one of them, if I chop one of them out, if I dismiss one of them, they're going to romp home at a big price. I'll be absolutely kicking myself for not telling you, and you guys will have potentially missed out on a winner. So the 4 horses that I like the look of, looking through the betting here, it's ridiculously open as you'd expect with 9 to 1 the field. Protectorat is the current favourite. Again, deserves to be in that mix, but as you have a look through the betting, the top 5 are only separated by 3 points as it stands. First one that's on my list, or was on my short list, is Alpha Mix. The horse has been campaigned quite readily by Gavin Cromwell, but he's come to this race with, I think, as far as I'm made aware, with this race in mind. A lot of the Irish pundits, when I've looked through certain race previews or people that have made comments on the race, a lot of the well-known, well-connected Irish guys think that Alpha Mix is probably their selection in this race. And for that alone, I've got to kind of stand up and take notice. Obviously, when it comes to Cheltenham, it's difficult to listen to every single whisper. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's heard something from someone and someone. But these guys are respected, noted in their field. They make their living by knowing racing and understanding racing. And a lot of them are pointing towards Alpha Mix. For that alone, I've got to listen to certain educated voices. And Alpha Mix goes in there as a well-known, as a decent selection. The other one that I like that is near the head of the market is Birchdale. Third placed finished last time out, should stand this horse in good stead. It's been handled with kid gloves. It comes from the Nicky Henderson yard, so you know that the horse is going to be ready. Obviously, the green and gold of JP McManus silks in any major handicaps like this have to be respected and represented, just as they are with Alpha Mix. So hopefully, if Alpha Mix can't do it for us in the green and gold, then Birchdale will, and Birchdale looks like a really decent horse that's bound to get in the top 4 or 5. Also, whilst I'm on that, if you are having a bet in the race, please make sure you find a bookmaker that's going to give you a ridiculous amount of places. Some last year even went as far as paying out for the first 7, albeit for a fifth of the odds. So hopefully these 4 I can give you, they'll all end up placing, especially with them giving so many places. The third one comes from the yard of Willie Mullins and his Bacchus-son. That horse has been campaigned over everything, up, down, left, right, even in chases, hurdles, so on and so forth. I mean, looking at the race itself, looking at the horse's form, it finished 3rd in a Grade 2 last time out, which again should stand the horse in good stead. That was after a 360 odd day layoff. The horse will strip massively fitter for that, and to come back from such a lengthy layoff and finish 3rd in a Grade 2, to then end up in Handicap company, that's certainly worth noting. It's a decent price at the moment as well. It's also easy to perhaps forget that the horse has won listed races. It's won some decent It's won some decent competitive races. You know, and it's been tried and tested. It's even won a Grade 3 at Tipperary back in the day. It's done well here around Cheltenham. And, you know, for me, you know, this is a horse that was a Gold Cup contender not that long ago when Native River won. All of that shows the horse is a classy animal, backing Handicap company, and at a current price of 16 to 1, definitely worth a mention. And last and certainly not least, a horse that I was really taken with and actually backed last year in I think it was a mare's handicap, is a horse by the name of Black Tears. Comes from the yard of Gordon Elliott. Davy Russell jumps on board just as he was on board last year. Put in a decent effort last time out to finish second in a Grade 3. Perhaps is a little bit too high in the weights. Won a really competitive race in Ireland last month in a 27-runner race of a mark of 133. Obviously, the English handicapper has had his way as well, and he's running off a mark of 144. But still, he's a really consistent horse. 20 to 1 looks a decent price. So that's fourth and final selection. Black Tears for me. Any of those four, I think, will give you a decent run for your money. Obviously, it's a bit of a lottery with so many runners. But that's my thoughts on the Coral Cup.